Who is the most terrifying monster? Medusa was never born a monster. She was a beautiful young woman. One victim turned into a monster.
What really happened inside Athena's temple that led to Medusa's curse? Medusa before the curse, before the snakes, before the petrifying gaze, before the legends. Medusa was simply a young woman. According to several ancient accounts, she was renowned throughout Greece for her extraordinary beauty, her flowing hair, her radiant eyes, her unmatched grace. Many said her beauty was so remarkable that even the gods took notice. She became a priestess devoted to Athena, the goddess of wisdom, war, and purity. Within Athena's sacred temple, Medusa dedicated her life to serving the divine. She had no idea that the very place she considered holy would become the place where her life was destroyed.
Before the legends, Medusa was a young woman of extraordinary beauty, a devoted priestess that this very place would become where her life was destroyed.
The god who noticed Medusa. Then one day, someone saw Medusa, not a mortal, but Poseidon, the mighty god of the sea, ruler of oceans, creator of storms, one of the most powerful gods in existence. According to the most famous versions of the myth, Poseidon became captivated by Medusa's beauty. What happened next remains one of the most controversial events in Greek mythology. Some ancient sources describe it as seduction, but later retellings paint a much darker picture. They claim Medusa was assaulted, and that it happened inside Athena's sacred temple, the holiest place under the goddess's protection. Athena's wrath. The most puzzling part of the story is this. When Athena discovered what had happened, the one who suffered wasn't Poseidon. It was Medusa. Why? A powerful god had desecrated Athena's temple. Yet Poseidon was one of the supreme rulers of the Greek world. Challenging him was no simple matter. And so, the anger fell upon the weakest person involved, Medusa.
Then one day, someone saw Medusa, not a mortal but Poseidon, the mighty god of the sea, ruler of oceans. Poseidon became captive.
The shocking theory behind the curse. But what if we've misunderstood the story? What if Athena wasn't simply punishing Medusa? What if she was doing something else entirely? Some modern scholars suggest a fascinating interpretation. Athena knew Medusa would continue to be hunted. She knew men would continue to desire and exploit her beauty. And perhaps, the curse was not entirely a punishment. Perhaps it was protection, a terrible gift disguised as a curse. From that moment on, no one could ever touch Medusa again. No one could harm her without facing the consequences. The death of Medusa. Years later, a hero named Perseus was sent to kill Medusa. He never looked directly at her. Instead, he used the reflection in his shield. Step by step, he approached, sword raised, and with one strike, Medusa fell. The monster was dead, or so the world believed. But then something strange happened. Athena kept Medusa's severed head and placed it upon her own shield, a symbol of power, a symbol of protection, a symbol she would carry forever. And that raises a haunting question. If Medusa was merely a monster, why did Athena honor her image for eternity? For thousands of years, people remembered Medusa as a monster. Yet the deeper we examine her story, the more complicated it becomes. Maybe Medusa wasn't the true monster. Maybe the real horror was what happened to her. History is often written by the powerful, and sometimes, the victim becomes the villain in the story. So what do you think? If you were Athena, would you have made a different choice? Was Medusa a monster, or a victim of the gods? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoy dark mysteries, forgotten legends, and the hidden truths behind mythology, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Because in the world of mythology, the truth is often far more terrifying than the monsters themselves.